And poetry's meant a lot to me in my life. I think we feel blessed when a poem comes into our life and touches us. And I shared this with the former group that I've been blessed to have poetry come to me at certain times in my lifetime. And I do remember the first poem that I wrote in elementary school, and I'd like to share that with you now because I can still remember it. Abe Lincoln was born in Kentucky, where he wasn't very lucky, for he hadn't gone to school, but he followed the golden rule. When Abe was no longer a boy, he moved to Illinois. He used an axe because he had no saw, and later he studied and practiced law. Mary Todd was his spouse. They both lived together in a big white house. He never told a lie and always the truth, and then he got shot by John Wilkes Booth. And my fellow board member, Rob Boyles in the back of the house, and I at Washington University really hooked up. I really don't remember how, but we just started sharing poems and poets together, and we just felt like we had unearthed some tremendous brain that had just been given to us of just maybe seeing a phrase or a line, and you heard some this evening. That maybe you're starting to stick in your soul as well. And I think that really is what poetry can do. It's just the simplest phrase, a line, or maybe the entire moment that you hear, it just stays with you. And so on and off, I took a number of poetry writing classes in college, and then you become a business person. And you still, every now and then, get entertained by the poems. Every now and then, you write a word down. And I actually still, I don't have it on me, but I actually carry a little pad now. It's actually more enjoyable than picking out the iPhone, just so I can not lose that thought that got captured. And so in 2007, I wound up getting a phone call at 1:30 in the afternoon from my brother, who had advised me that my mom was passing, and I had moments to get on the airplane. And my mom loved puns, my mom loved poems, my mom loved New England, and so I'm with luck, I'm making it to Chicago to get the connection. Yes, she's still breathing. With luck, I'm making it to Albany. Yes, she's still breathing. I'm at a McDonald's at 11:55 getting the first bite to eat, and I'm wondering, is this going to be too late? And so I arrive at 12:30, and it's not too late. And they said that they knew she was waiting for me. And so at 2:30, I decided, hang in there, I'll be back in the morning. And I called the library at 9 o'clock, and I said, look, I have no time to check out anything. I just need you to give me every anthology of adult poetry you've got. I know my mom wants me to read her poems. And they hand me the books, and I race there. And I don't know what I'm going to read. You think at that specific point in time, what's the right poem? And so I'm looking at John Donne, and I'm like, this is not the right poem I want to be read. And I'm going through the list. I'm thinking, where's the? All right, so we're getting Robert Frost. Here's a New Englander for you, Mom. And I'm getting Donald Hall, one of my favorites. Here's a New Englander for you, Mom. And I'd never seen this book before. And suddenly, here's this book, this poem, "Let Evening Come" by Jane Kenyon. And I had this wonderful poem. It was written for that one moment. My mom waited for me. And she just, and it was an ask for permission poem, or a give permission poem, of just, and it was Jane Kenyon was married to Donald Hall, who was a New Englander. As soon as I read it, I was like, this is it. This is that moment. This is this gift you get from the words. And I shared them with her, and I know she appreciated them. I was sharing it with everybody in the nursing home. And at 4:30 that day, we said goodbye and let evening come. Let the light of late afternoon shine through chinks in the barn, moving up the bales as the sun moves down. Let the cricket take up chafing as a woman takes up her needles and her yarn. Let evening come. Let dew collect on the hoe abandoned in long grass. Let the stars appear and the moon disclose her silver horn. Let the fox go back to its sandy den. Let the wind die down. Let the shed go black inside. Let evening come. To the bottle in the ditch, to the scoop in the oats, to air in the lung, let evening come. Let it come, as it will, and don't be afraid. God does not leave us comfortless, so let evening come. And really at that moment, I really again realized the power of words. And I thought, we're so blessed when a poem comes to us and touches us at a very specific moment. And I just thought, that's wealth, but the only thing that can be wealthier is to be the person who wrote the words. And you're hearing tonight the people who write the words, the poets, at this point in their lives. We're letting them know it matters what they write down. Someone wants to listen. Share it. Let the moment happen. And so I really want to thank all of you, especially the parents and the educators who are here, both here in this building right now and the ones who are listening all over the world, that are supporting their students, of really letting the moment happen, of encouraging them. Put the words down. You can do that. It's your space to fill. And so I think that's what's really important here, is this is not a red pen exercise. This is about freedom of expression. And look what we're getting when we give them the keys to just say, share. What do you want to say? So I want to applaud right now, really, again, just for the poets once more.